When the National Socialist German Workers' Party took power and extended its influence into all aspects of society, including German children's lives, they turned Nazism into a seemingly fun summer camp to educate them into the Hitler Youth. Let's explore the stomach-churning events inside. Was the Hitler Youth supposed to be swift as a greyhound, as tough as leather, and as hard as Krupp's steel, according to Hitler? Chapter 1. Introduction to the Nuremberg Rallies of the Nazi Era. Some of the most popular photographs from the Nazi era in Germany come from the countless rallies staged in support of the party and Adolf Hitler. From the 1920s until the start of the war in 1939, the Nuremberg rallies were held annually in September. In the history of the Nazi era, the Nuremberg rallies stand out as an eerie spectacle of mass gatherings. After the Nazi Party came to power in 1933, the gatherings grew significantly. Chapter 2. Members of the Hitler Youth and Bund Deutsche Mädel. Members of the Hitler Youth, also known as the Hitler Jugend, or HJ, a group of young men between the ages of 14 and 18, attended the gathering. The Bund Deutsche Mädel League of German Females, or BDM, which is made up of females between the ages of 14 and 18, also brought in a sizable number of attendees to the event. Hitler Youth members had to show up for a variety of meetings and events that were intended to take precedence over other cultural obligations like visiting school or even church. Chapter 3. The impact of the Nuremberg Laws and Hitler Youth on German Jews. How did the enactment of the Nuremberg Laws and the rise of the Hitler Youth affect the lives of German Jews? By 1935, the Nazis had enacted the Nuremberg Laws, which severely restricted German Jews' freedoms and barred them from participating in Germany's cultural life. This action effectively cut them off from the rest of the nation. The Hitler Youth ran rampant, instilling fear in German Jewish youth. Jews in Germany were subjected to daily beatings, bullying, name-calling, and humiliation at the hands of the Hitler Youth, according to Holocaust survivors. Jewish boys occasionally formed what amounted to self-defense gangs, but they were always significantly outnumbered. When the authorities got involved, they were always blamed for the trouble. The Hitler Youth were virtually untouchable. Chapter 4. Scandal. At the 1936 Nazi Party Rally. The 1936 Nazi Party Rally witnessed a shocking scandal when over 900 BDM girls became pregnant. Many of the women had been coerced or pushed into having sexual activity, often by Hitler Youth members or much older men. Because of this, the majority of the girls were forced to have abortions. The upsetting episodes involving the young girls at the rallies provide a look into the more sinister sides of the Nazi era. Chapter 5. Objectives and Principles of the Hitler Youth. The Hitler Youth were not Boy Scouts, as some former members of the organization insist they were. Yes, a lot of HJ events and activities were very similar to Boy Scout activities, including camping, hiking, sing-alongs, swimming, skiing, and learning woodworking. However, they also spent a lot of time marching, learning fundamental military practice, and, most toxic of all, being exposed to the Nazi philosophy of hatred. What were the main objectives and principles taught to the boys aged 10 to 18 in the Hitler Youth? The primary goal of the Hitler Youth, which was established in 1926, was to prepare young men to join the Stormtroopers, a paramilitary unit of the Nazi Party. After 1933, youth leaders began recruiting boys into the Nazi national community and training them into potential military personnel. As of 1936, all children between the ages of 10 and 17 had to join a Nazi youth organization. Chapter 6. Ideological Indoctrination in the Hitler Youth. Hitler believed children were the future. So the goal of the Hitler Youth was to indoctrinate those kids into fascist ideology before they could learn anything else. Behind all of the innocent things the Hitler Youth committed, there was ideological indoctrination, and the HJ boys primarily learned three things. The first was that, as Germans, they belonged to the master race, or Herrenvolk, and were superior to everyone else, especially the Jews, whom the Nazis claimed to be the ultimate foe of all Germans. Second, it was their destiny to conquer the globe because they were master race members. The personification of the third, in which Adolf Hitler was to be obeyed without question, and the German people's belief that he represented their Messiah and had been sent to bring about a new golden age. The Nazis manipulated and terrorized the young minds of Germany, encouraging them to spy on their own parents. What ethical implications do you see in the Nazis pushing young minds to report their parents' acts of anti-Nazi sentiments, criticism of Hitler, or aid given to Jews? Comment below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for more historical insights.